Hello, everybody. The guy you see here is a young Neil Sedaka back in 1965. Photo I found on the internet. Another photo I found on the internet. Sedaka performing in the mid 2000s. I believe this was 2005. He was performing at a concert. And as most of you probably know, about exactly a week before I'm shooting this video, Neil Sedaka passed away at the age of 86. He was rushed to the hospital early in the morning, and unfortunately, pretty shortly thereafter, that was it. He passed away, and certainly felt sad, to say it felt like the loss of a friend or someone I knew, that's a little lame. Goes a little too far. I never met Neil Sedaka, but certainly his music has played a big part in my life. His most famous song, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. My personal favorite of his, Calendar Girl. Next Door to an Angel. And then even some of his songs that I didn't hear very often until maybe I heard the legendary Boogeyman play them. Stuff like his first big hit, The Diary, Stairway to Heaven, well before Led Zeppelin did it in the early 70s. Sedaka's version of Stairway to Heaven came out in 1960. Alice in Wonderland, Let's Go Steady Again. As most of you know, my music taste is almost entirely from the 50s and 60s, and Neil Sedaka played a very big part in that. And I still listen to his stuff today and will continue to do so for many years to come. And sure, Sedaka hit some rough spots when the British invasion came along in the mid-60s, like a number of other artists in the early 60s, like not just Sedaka, but Bobby Rydell, the Shirelles, among others. His career faded as the Beatles and the Dave Clark Five and the rest of the British invasion took over. And he recorded the song It Hurts to Be in Love in '64, but because it wasn't at an RCA studio, his contract with he was with RCA, and RCA wouldn't release it because Sedaka didn't record it in an RCA studio, and Gene Pitney eventually recorded it himself and had the big hit with it. But Neil Sedaka did find a bit of a career revival in the mid-70s when he had songs like Laughter in the Rain and another version of his biggie, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Wrote some interesting songs, too, for others, including staying with the mid-70s, Captain and Tennille's Love Will Keep Us Together. And if I remember right, he also wrote Working on a Groovy Thing for the Fifth Dimension. Among many other songs he wrote, he was a terrific writer, as well as a terrific singer. I remember back when American Idol was a big show in its early years, and my parents would watch it, and I remember Neil Sedaka being a guest judge one time. And less than a year ago, I remember hearing him on the radio, satellite radio, talking about writing his songs and singing his songs, and certainly in my book a musical genius. And tough to call him the late Neil Sedaka, but that's what he is. Died last week at the age of 86. Just thought I'd share my thoughts on him. In fact, I'll give you a quick memory. On September 11th, 2001, the day that speaks for itself, I was 17, I was in my room, I was tired of seeing the news, it was just too sad, and it had kind of become the same stuff over and over again. I was playing a video game and listening to music, and a song that came on, Neil Sedaka's Oh Carol, a song about his ex-girlfriend, Carol King, I found out later on, the gal who saying it's too late. And a fine songwriter in her own right, Carol King used to date Neil Sedaka, and Neil had a song Oh, Carol in 59, I believe, and I do remember hearing it on that day, September 11th, 2001, while I was trying to escape from the harsh realities of that day. Thanks to all of you for watching and listening. I'll look forward to talking to you soon. In the meantime, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.